Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and more. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out when we have breaking news, when we go live, or when we upload. It seems as if, because the new season of The Real Housewives of Potomac is coming, more and more news is coming out. We just were covering Dr. Wendy Asefo earlier today and yesterday in All About the Tea. Well, now Candiace Dillard is in the news again, and Monique Samuels. We'll get to the Monique story, but let's talk about Candiace Dillard. So shout out to our friends over at All True Tea. They posted a throwback video of the Real Housewives of Potomac, and it was the butter knife incident where Candiace threw a butter knife at Ashley Darby. Well, in the comments section, one of the fans wrote, "This reel shows how reckless Ashley's mouth has been and still is. Yet Candiace was the villain and ganged up on by so many fans. It's crazy how Ashley was, in my opinion, worse, but people want to ignore that. I wonder why." So Candiace decided to post her own comment in reply to this fan and said this: "Because she's light-skinned. There, it was said. I said it. Now let's see how fast it gets around." Well, it's made its rounds all the way over here to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Look, I don't know if that's necessarily the issue. I do have to say, I've seen a change in Ashley in the last couple of seasons. She's still messy, don't get me wrong. And she was very messy in the beginning. But do I think she's the same sort of villain as a Candiace? In some ways, but I do see them differently. I think the other part that we're forgetting is the reaction that Candiace experiences on social media. That's the part I think she's talking about. I think she's talking about how people have reacted to her, the things that they say in the DMs. I don't know what Ashley has experienced in her DMs in regards to her behavior on the Real Housewives of Potomac. That's her experience. And we've said it before, and it's in all fairness, this is not a channel that's team Monique or team Candiace. No, because I was calling Candiace out too when that whole fight happened as well. But I can't deny her experience on feeling, will they treat Ashley differently? And I think it's because she's lighter skinned. Who knows? Who knows? But as always, I want to hear what you guys think in the comment section. I'm not sure if it's a light skin situation. Honestly, I do feel as if Ashley's shade and her antics over the years, although villainistic, if that's a word, I don't think it's the same. I don't see Ashley and Ashley's behavior the same as Candiace's behavior. But I'm willing to be wrong. You guys will let me know in the comments. But since we're talking about Candiace, one of the most infamous parts of last season was her fight with Monique Samuels. Monique Samuels is now speaking out in a couple of different interviews, revealing to the world that allegedly Bravo was preventing her from doing press after the fight was revealed. So this is what she said in a new interview. "You would think after being quiet for almost a year, I would be allowed now that we can talk about it to talk about it. I was not even given press opportunities. They tried to ban me from doing press. It was just craziness. I was like, the disrespect. I just felt like they were treating me less than a human." In another interview, which she did with Tammy Roman, she said this. She elaborated more on what she was saying there. "I would have to fight so hard behind the scenes all the time just to use my platform. I was getting turned down for interviews and being told by some people requesting me for press, I was told you weren't available, or they told me I couldn't interview you." This is kind of reminding me of what Nene says. And look, I never discredited what Nene was saying. I never said that what Nene was saying was not true. I did question Nene's intentions behind doing it now, but Nene has said that Bravo allegedly blocked a lot of opportunities for her. There were a lot of things that she wanted to do over the years that she feels were blocked by different executives. But a lot of people noticed in the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion where it seems as if Monique's story and her trying to get some sort of resolution to what happened during the season was not played out in this reunion. The reunion, parts 2 and parts 3, were lackluster, and probably because we hear allegedly a lot was cut out, including all of what she said to Giselle during that reunion. Part 1 was epic, but then it just kind of died out after that. Well, according to Monique, she feels that she was treated unfairly. She said, "We don't feel like we were treated unfairly. We were treated unfairly. Without a shadow of a doubt, we were. If you could have heard some of the questions that weren't shown, it was like guns a-blazing in my direction." Honestly, I don't doubt what Monique is saying. I do think she's helping promote the show right now, even though she's not on the show, because she's talking about her experience, and she has every right to talk about her experience. And maybe now she can technically speak. I don't know how long her contract was and what prevented her from speaking on it. Or again, when you're being interviewed, people like myself are asking you these questions, and that's part of how we know you. And I probably would have asked her the same thing. What was your experience? What didn't we see in that reunion? Because part 1 was really good and it was getting good. And then we saw part 2 and it was like, okay, what is happening here? And we've heard from multiple reports, and from Monique, that a lot was cut out. And do they have executives and producers that favor certain housewives? It's clear. It's very clear. Like, before I play devil's advocate, well, they're trying to produce a show. No, we see it. We see it, Bravo. We see it, producers. We see it, you production companies. There's clearly favoritism and a certain narrative that you want out about each housewife or each character that you're trying to build. Unfortunately, I think what you're doing is you're alienating your audience, your core audience. I know a lot of people have said they're not looking forward to another season of Potomac without Monique. And there are people that will continue to watch. Of course, we will continue to watch all of the news and the new season, which will premiere on July 11th. But we will be watching it with a critical eye. It will be sad not to have Monique a part of this next season, but I'm excited about what Mia Thornton's going to bring, and the new friend of Askale, I believe is how you pronounce her name. We will get it together once the season premieres. But I want to hear your thoughts, as always, in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on what Candiace had to say about her experience as a darker skinned woman than Ashley, and what Monique had to say about how she was treated by Bravo on the Real Housewives of Potomac. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out when we have breaking news, when we go live, or when we upload.